shadowy, murky, like all these are adjectives that are screaming to my very soul. Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel for today's video. I have two brand new palettes and I'm going to be doing a look with each. And these are two of the new Unearthly Cosmetic 9-pan palettes. So we have Murky Meadows and we have Shadowed Petal. So first, let's look over each of these palettes. The first palette we have is Shadowed Petal. This does retail for $32. It is available now. And this is like a dingy, shadowy, grungy kind of purple vibe. I really think that this is an interesting color story. I was worried with the phrase petal that it was going to be all pinks and just like very fluffy. No. This is like the dark side of fluffy, okay? I think this is really, really lovely, but also when I did the swatches, that's when I kind of fell in love with this palette. I admit, I was looking at this palette at first as just like very pretty, but the swatches were so multifaceted and the shimmers were so beautiful and unique. That's the thing to me about this palette is I feel like it's unique. I feel like I don't own many palettes with this kind of color story, if I own any at all. And this one is just very interesting. Again, this one retails for $32. Also, I want to say, as with all Unearthly palettes, they are packaged so well. So the palette comes in a thin cardboard container, but that comes in its own branded box, which is also very cool. But it has this layer of foam in it and then a layer of foam on top. And I just really appreciate that. As of yet, I have never had an Unearthly palette come broken, knock on wood, because they package it so well. So that is the first palette. The next palette is Murky Meadows. So while Shadowed Petal retails for $32, Murky Meadows is $42. And this color story is just like earthy, grungy, grimy. It's just really good. Like I opened this and I was like, yeah, okay, that's a Linda palette. We all know this is a Linda palette. So I did the swatches. The quality is Unearthly quality. So it is fantastic, beautiful, amazing quality. Now, I have not done a look with this palette yet as of the time I'm filming this intro, okay? This is a look with the Shadowed Petal palette, which we are going to get into, and I will let you know my thoughts on the quality. You'll want to stay tuned for that. This palette, though, I have to admit, one thing that's kind of throwing me off is Haunted Hollow, okay? It is a vibrant neon yellow green. Is it a great color? Yes, absolutely. But at the same time, I don't know that I needed it in this color story. Even when I swatched it out and I did it all together, I don't know that I needed it. But again, I am saying that before I've put this palette on my eyes at all, so maybe I'll wind up loving it. That is a color that I am determined to try. I think it would make a great inner corner color. But I think just looking at it as a whole, it felt like jarring in there because everything else is earthy and grounded and grungy. And then you've got like, bam, like neon yellow, chartreuse green. So I don't know how I feel about that color yet. But overall, the color story has my heart. Again, both of these palettes are available now. You can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT at anything at Unearthly Cosmetics. Everything will be linked down below. But let's jump into this first look with the Shadowed Petal palette. I have some thoughts. Okay, we are going to start our first look with the Shadowed Petal palette. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the intro or not, but I'm low-key almost more excited about this palette than the Murky Meadows, which is surprising me a lot because usually murky, nasty kind of greens are really within my wheelhouse, and they still are. But for some reason, I really liked this one when I swatched it out. Like the quality is obviously really good. It's Melt Cosmetics, but I am very excited to play with this. So I already have a lot of my face done. I don't have a highlighter on. I'm wondering if I might be able to use one of the shades in this palette as a highlighter. But I want to go dark with this. Like I want to have a very smoky, I'm trying to decide if I want to do a halo eye or not, but I'm going to start with Velvet Bloom, the deepest color in here. And it might look almost black, but this is actually just a very deep purple. So I'm going to really take time to build this up, knocking off everything on my brush. And I'm going to start by packing this on the outer corner. And I'm going to take that into the crease a little bit and under the eye as well. This color is pretty. I don't know if you can even tell on camera that it is that deep purple rather than a black. But like, I kind of love that dimension. I usually don't start, like, what do you do when you're starting your makeup? When you're starting your eye makeup, what do you do first? Because for some reason, I always default to like, I always do a light colored crease and then I do a deeper color, like deeper in the crease. And then I go to my deepest color on the outer corner. But I always really like the intensity that comes from doing my outer corner, the deepest color first. That's very pretty. And I don't know if it's because I'm being good about tapping off the excess and I'm also pressing this into my eye rather than swiping, but on this eye, I had zero fallout. I always say that. And then the next eye, it's like Fallout City. This color is really cool. Like, again, it just has that like hint of purple to it. That also let me build up to be really opaque, like really, really opaque. I really like that color. And I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to be blending that out. But next, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I want to go into Serene Whisper, which is this color right here. It is kind of a deep mauve shade, got some purple to it. It's just beautiful. It is a matte shade. I'm going to go over this outer corner here, just on the top, and then take this all the way into the crease. And some of that deep color, the Velvet Bloom, is hopefully going to carry over a little bit into the crease. And I don't care if this gets on my lid because I'm going to be doing other things there. But, ooh, I'm liking this blend. See, I feel like this palette is like, yes, it does have pink vibes to it, but this is enough to like keep me fascinated. Like, look how beautiful these colors are blended together. Again, I'm going to be blending this out even more. And I'm going to be going back and adding some more of that dark Velvet Bloom color. But I'm just like, I love the way that the mauve and like deep purple are blending into each other. This is beautiful. Damn, I really like that so far. So I'm taking an even fluffier brush and I'm going into Faded Memory. By the way, do you know how many times I edit out when I blow on my palettes? Because I know it's not sanitary. I know you're not supposed to do it. And I do it anyway. Tell me down below. Okay, pause this video for a minute and tell me in the comments, what is your makeup dirty secret? What's your dirty secret? Because one of mine is I blow on palettes. But I'm going into Faded Memory, which is almost borderline like, it's like a gray lilac color. And with that, I'm going to blend this just on the outskirts of that color. So it blends almost into my brow bone a bit. That's beautiful. Now, I will admit that took out a little bit of the Serene Whisper, and I want to keep that mauve shade. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of go back and forth with all these colors, but I really do like the way these are blending. This is a vibe. So I'm going to go into another fluffy brush and I'm going to take Celestial Silk. Now this looks like a matte white and it kind of is, but I feel like there's a hint of coolness to it, almost like a little bit of a gray lavender, and it's very slight. It is almost white, but I use that as a brow bone highlight. Oh my God, I used to love a matte white brow bone highlight. It did it for me and it's kind of doing it for me right now. All right, it is shimmer time. Okay, when I did these swatches, there was one color in here that blew me away, and it's probably my most unexpected color, right? Because this one's got these beautiful shimmers in it. It's got a little shiftiness, and this one is like a gold bronze with some pink reflex in it, which is right up my alley. It's this one. Midnight Blossom is this silver with pink reflex in it, and I want it all over my lid. I think it's going to keep that cool tone vibe. I'm wondering, I might do like a brighter inner corner with the, which color is that? Twilight Rose, which is a very light pink. But for now, I just want to use this. So I'm taking a little bit of NYX Glitter Glue, as always, patting that on the lid and letting it get a little tacky. And then I'm going to go into Midnight Blossom. I can, like, these colors feel so silky. Look at that. Oh, looks like molten metal, but there's these pink reflex in it that really, really make it shine. It is so beautiful and intense. I love that color. Oh my gosh. I wish you could, can you tell the pink reflex that are in there? It is so cool. Like, I don't have any other color that's like that. I'm just going back in with a little touch of Serene Whisper, which is the mauve. I realized I did not connect it all the way, and I didn't do it here either into the inner corner. But like, that is such a unique color for me. That is really rad. I'm obsessed with that color in particular. Oh my gosh, it is so freaking cool. Ah, can you see the pink in there? Up close, you absolutely can. It definitely has these shifts in there. It is just beautiful. So I'm going back in with the brush. I'm not picking up any extra product that had the deepest color, Velvet Bloom, just to blend out that edge a little bit so it's not so harsh. But like, I Love that. I'm actually going to take the same brush. Again, I'm not adding any extra product, but I'm just taking that color on the lower lash line all the way in. And then I'm going to take the brush that had the mauve on it and kind of run that along that same edge, just right on top of it, so you get that hint of the mauve color. Now I'm going to take this brush. This is the Singe EO1. It has a sort of pointed shape to it. And I'm going to go into Twilight Rose, which is a very, very light pink sparkle. And I'm going to wet my brush. This is going to be my inner corner highlight. I think there's already maybe too much on the brush. Let's see. Okay, I got some of that off. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that's pretty as an inner corner highlight. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a little less pink than I was expecting in the best way possible. I thought that was going to be like raging pink, but no, it's got this like icy tone to it. This is beautiful. So I used 6 out of the 9 shades here, but I think I'm going to stop there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off camera. I'm going to do my liner, my lashes, and something on the lips, and I'll be right back. So here is the final eye look. And before we get into my thoughts on the palette, I want to do a lip, and I want to do one of the Menacing Metals lipsticks. Now, here's the thing. Fury is a purple, a dark purple, and it would look so good with this look. But here's the thing, I've used Fury so much on the channel and I haven't used the other ones on camera as much. And I'm wondering if this would be too much. This is void. It's just silver. Let's try it. I can always take it off, right? It's giving Space Hooker, but I think I'm going to top it off with a little Fury just to get that purple in there. And I'm going to line just a touch with Cokie Plum Purple. You know what? I know this lip isn't for everyone, but I think it's so much fun. I actually love those 2 colors layered on top of each other. But anyway, also the lashes I'm wearing are the BB Lash from Melt Cosmetics and the Balisarian collection. This palette, I kind of had a feeling when I swatched it that I was going to love it. I really love it. The quality is really, really good, but I love how cool toned and murky this is. Like, it's literally called Shadowed Petal, and it does have those deep colors in there, those shadowy colors. I think it's beautiful. And look, if the lip isn't for you, like this as a smoky eye by itself, I am obsessed. I am freaking obsessed. I really love the way it looks, and honestly, I really love this lip. With it, is it on my Invisalign? Yes, it is. Whatever, that's inevitable. Nonetheless, I love this palette and I really like this eye look. I think it's super fun. I think I could probably use more blush to balance it out. But yeah, this is my first look with the Shadowed Petal palette. And now we are going to move on to Murky Meadows. I don't know why I had to do this, but you get it. All right, it is time to play with Murky Meadow. And when I look at this, oh my God, I'm so attracted to almost all the shades in here. Like I mentioned, this is the only one that's throwing me off, but I'm going to force myself to use that somewhere because I want to see how it's going to work out. So I think what I want to do is I want to stick to these like brown golds. I think I'm going to use as many colors as possible. Let's just start going in with it. I'm going to start with Silent Woods, which is the deepest color in the palette, and similar in the other palette, how it almost looked black, but it was actually a really dark purple. This is a very, very, very dark blackened green. And again, I feel like going super smoky. So I'm going to start by packing this right on the outer edge. This color is nice and opaque, like right off the bat. And I feel like you can really see the green vibes coming through. Also, I mean, in case it's not obvious, the only makeup I have on right now is eye primer. I'm going to do my face makeup last, but I'm going to bring this all the way into the crease. I don't want it to necessarily be a cut crease, but I do want that deepness to be all the way through. We are going to blend this out, obviously, but this is a good start. Bringing that under the eyes as well. Also, before I blend it out, I just want to say that this applied so nicely already. Like right off the bat, it's just like very, very opaque. Like I'd even say this applied, and it's hard. You don't want to necessarily compare the 2 palettes because they're so different and they're not meant to be like a pair. But since I received them at the same time, I am comparing them, but it's almost darker than the deepest shade in the Shadowed Petal palette, which you know I loved. Like I love that deep purple. This is such a great, like these are great dark colors. Again, this is messy, but I'm already really, really liking the way that color performed. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go into Twisted Roots. Like, I can't wait to use these two colors because I love those like dirty, like murky colors, Murky Meadows. But I'm going to start, I'm curious to see how these two behave together because this is a very yellowed brown, whereas this is a green. So I'm wondering if this is going to get muddy, but I'm going to try to place this right here on the outer edge just to blend that out. So I will say it is still kind of a harsh line and I'm going to go back and blend that, but I kind of like those two together, if that makes sense. Like, I don't need them to have like a seamless blend. I kind of like this just being on those outer edges because this is such a cool color. I do want that to be blended a little bit more though, right here. You know what, man? Sometimes if your brush isn't doing the trick, just use your finger. You'll be fine. I'm actually really digging the way that is blending out, surprisingly. Like, it's just looking like, I don't know, good. So then with a fluffy brush, I'm going into Murky Meadow, and I'm taking a very little bit of this. I'm tapping almost all of it off. And this is going to go right on the outer edge of that. Oh, that's like, oh, that's such a grungy little buddy. Oh, I love it. I love it. Is that meant to be worn as a highlight? Probably not. Ooh, ooh. So I'm applying glitter glue all over the lid from the inner corner to like 2/3 of the lid because I want to use two sparkles, but I can't figure out. No, I want to use Forest Flicker. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to... No, I'm going to try Dreaded Dew on the inner corner and then move to Tangled Thorns. And with these, I do like to use my finger. So we're starting with Dreaded Dew, which is a bronzed gold. That's a very pretty color. That's very pretty. It has like little tiny hints of green in like the undertones. So very, very nice. And then I'm going into Tangled Thorns. This is such a pretty color. This one is so multifaceted. It has some pink in there. It has some green. That color. That color is stunning. Oh my God. Oh, that's so pretty. Unearthly shimmers, man. They're just easy. Like, they just make makeup easy. Oh, wow. I really like that color way more than I was expecting. That is so pretty. I think I need a little more pop on this corner, this inner part. That is gorgeous. So since I don't feel like doing liquid liner today, I'm going back into Silent Woods, which is the deepest color, and I'm just going to press that right into my lash line just to deepen it up a bit. I'm not even going to be wearing lashes today. I just want to keep this like pretty and, I don't know, dramatic. It would probably be more dramatic with lashes, right? But I don't feel like it. I am already having such feelings about this palette. We'll get into it. But what I'm going to do, before I do my inner corner and finish under the eyes, I'm going to hop off camera and do my face makeup and something on the lips, and then we are going to finish up this look. All right, so I'm happy with the way that everything looks, but I promised myself I would push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I'm going to try Haunted Hollow. This is the shade that I'm not sure I personally think belongs in the palette, but I want to try it. I'm going to try it dry and pop it right here on the inner corner for just like a pop of that neon brightness and see what I think. Now, I will say this will probably look better if you put it over like a white base. Like I've put, you know, over like, for example, the Melt Locket shadows. They have a white one that this would probably pop more. But I'm just popping this in the inner corner. It does add like a cool vibe. It's an interesting vibe. I'm not sure if it's my favorite, if I would do it every time, but it is like, it's a vibe. So I'm going to finish up with mascara. And here is my look with Murky Meadows. I really love this palette so much more than I thought I would. I'll be honest, like when I was swatching these two, I was like, holy crap, I think I'm going to like Shadowed Petal more. It's not a matter of more. They're both so different, but I love this look. These shimmers are so good and they are so shifty and they're so beautiful. I love the like dingy tones in there. I love those like kind of orangey browns. The shimmers are really good. I still don't know how I feel about the neon yellow chartreuse. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that color. Like, do you think it needs to be in there? Do you like a pop of brightness? I think it actually looks really good with the look. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't need it. I feel like I don't need it. Like, I almost want to put this on top, but I'm not going to. This is a beautiful, like, golden white with like a hint of pink to it, but I really like it. So when looking at these, so again, these do not come as a set or anything like that, but which one do I like better? I don't know. I think I'm going to get more use out of Murky Meadows, but the look that I wore yesterday with this palette, I loved it so much. I wore it all night. I got so many compliments. I love the look that I did with this palette, and I'm going to be using this a lot. Like, this might be my favorite pink leaning palette that I own at this point. But this, like, I mean, look at it, look at it, look at it. This is just it's my vibe. It's my vibe. So let me know in the comments down below, which one are you vibing with more? Again, these are both available now. You can use my code GLITTERFallout to save yourself some money. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm going to put another Unearthly review on here so you can see how amazing this brand is. And if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps out my channel so much. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all GLITTERFallout. And as always and forever, you guys are super freaking rock stars. Love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.